السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته طلبة المرحلة الأولى الأعزاء، آمل أن يكون جميعكم بخير. I hope all of you are fine. So our topic today about unit 3 عن الوحدة الثالثة. In unit 3 we have two topics. Main topics are grammar and then speaking and reading. In grammar we have verb patterns, أنماط الفعل. Alright, we take two patterns. احنا ناخذ نمطين من الفعل. And then we take about passage قطعة and speaking and reading. Okay, so let's come to these topics. Alright, let's come to the first one, which is verb patterns. أنماط الفعل. On this slide we do talk about verb patterns أنماط الفعل. So we have first pattern لدينا النمط الأول and then we have second pattern. First one is verb plus ing. الواحد هو الverb الفعل plus ing. And then we have verb plus to infinitive. So let's come to the first one, which is verb plus ing. Let's take a look at these examples one by one. Start with the first one. Everyone loves going to parties. He finished reading his book. I like working as a teacher. I am a teacher and I enjoy it. I love dancing. This is one of my hobbies. I enjoy going abroad. We like going to Italy for our holidays. Do you enjoy learning English? What do you like making? So all these examples contain verbs with plus ing. This is the first pattern. هذا هو النمط الأول. Now let's come to the second pattern, which is verbs الأفعال عندنا plus to infinitive. So first the verbs بداية الأفعال and then 2 plus 2 and then plus to infinitive. Choose, decide, forget, promise, manage, need, help, hope, try, want, would like, would love. Plus 2 plus infinitive هنا صيغة المصدر الفعل صيغة المصدر go. Then say choose to go or promise to go. Something like this. This is the structure of this pattern. هذا هو تركيب هذا النمط من الأفعال. Let's take a look at these examples. I would like to be a teacher. I would like to be a teacher. هذا صيغة المصدر الفعل. When I grow up, I want to be a teacher. Thank you. I would love to dance. We are late at disco. I am pleased that you asked me. They want to buy a new car. I would like to go abroad. عندنا في هذه examples كما لاحظتوا to الفعل like wants, right. هذه الأفعال موجودة مع to هذه وأيضا هذه infinitive وهي صيغة المصدر, right. So let make somebody go to. هذه أيضا أحد صيغ الأفعال. أحد أنماط الفعل عندنا ومع تأتي مع modal auxiliary verbs can, could, shall, will, go, arrive, right. Verb I think عندنا فعل verb I think plus preposition حرف الجر plus ing. Example say I think forward to moving. I think of moving. فكر إذا هنا of moving. إذا هنا يأتي أيضا نمط الفعل مع preposition زائد حرف الجر plus ing. Just like this, right? Let's take a look at these examples one by one. We are thinking of moving house. I am looking forward to having more free time. I am looking forward to going abroad. I'm thinking of going abroad. We are thinking of going to Italy for our holidays. We are thinking of having a few days off soon. We are looking forward to having a few days off soon. Where are you thinking of going? Look at these examples. They are different with ing, also with preposition, right? Right, here we go. And now let's come to the second part, which is speaking and reading. The speaking and reading we have highlight words عندنا كلمات مؤشرة في لون محدد. Look at the highlights words and phrases about in the text. Write them under the heading they are associated and they are associated with, right. So هنا مثل example wealth ثروة wealth ثروة and poverty الفقر. So make a fortune, right. Have careful with money, right. Now let's start with the first. This is the first passage القطعة الأولى هذه. the secret billionaire survey. Alright, as you see now, this is man is very simple in his appearance. رجل بسيط في مظهره. Right, it doesn't seem to be that he's very rich or has very expensive watch or very expensive car or very expensive house. So it's very simple way he's wearing his clothes. So everyone knows about the philanthropic work of Bill and Melinda Gates. You will not know much about confidence. Jeff Slater reports on an extraordinary man. Okay, so you can read this by yourself one by one. But what I want from you, ما أريده منكم هو إنه تقرؤون فقط الكلمات التي تحتها خط، تحتها مؤشرة بهذا اللون. هذه كلمات مهمة في the final exam or even in the monthly exam. Right, so how to read. هذه مرادفات ومطلوب منكم في وقت الامتحان. If you want to read all this and discuss the passage, I'm ready with you at any time. Okay, now we have another one, the Atlantic. Right, as you see here, different pictures, kids in the hospital and the policeman, and here some people are here, keeping it real, keeping it quiet. So all start with the same thing. تبدأ مع نفس الشيء. هنا نتحدث عن ستوري، قصة، وهذه الكلمات مهمة بالنسبة لنا هي المظللة. Right. Also, I say again, if you want to read it, read it. If you want to discuss with me, I'm ready to discuss with you after you finish your reading with this. Alright, make a fortune, get rich, hardship, have it tough. Right, all these words. Okay, so now it's the end of unit 3. Okay, let's start with the unit 4. In the unit 4 we have 3 main topics. We have grammar, we have 2 modal verbs with a grammar, and then also we have 3 speaking and reading. Let's see what we have and what we have in grammar. In grammar we have modal auxiliary verbs, modal verbs for speculation, right? And then we have modal verbs, so they have other meanings. المعاني الأخرى هذه الأفعال الوسطية هذه لا تؤدي فقط وظائف نحوية، ولكن لديها أيضا معاني أخرى تعبر عن هذه الأفعال. Okay, so let's start with the first one, modal auxiliary verbs. Modal verbs for speculation present. عندنا المفعول تستخدم في البسط في وقت الحاضر. Should, may, must. Modal verbs for speculation past. وأيضا الماضي might, must, should have arrived. Second point in grammar, which is modal verbs, other meanings. معاني الأخرى المودال verbs اللي هي ability القدرة، permission السماح والإذن، obligation الإجبار، حبة العادة، و advise would believe, wouldn't accept, mustn't ask. And then third one is speaking and reading. Okay, so let's come to them in details, one by one. Right, let's come to the first one, which is can. One of the most commonly used modals in English. It can express ideas. أكثر فعل مستخدم في اللغة الإنجليزية، فعال اللغة الإنجليزية اللي هو can. ممكن يعبر عن الأفكار مثل إنه capacity السعة، permission الإذن أو الرخصة، request والطلب. Right, so we have examples here. لدينا أمثلة هنا. She can speak French، capacity السعة. How he can come in now، permission ممكن هذا ينطي الرخصة والإذن. Can you lend me your pen please؟ Can you lend me your pen please؟ هاي request يعني علامة استفهام مع استخدام can. Alright, so the usual negative of must استعمال المنفي لل must, what this meaning is cannot, can't. She can't be at home, her car is not outside, and she lies and the lights are out, and the lights are out. We can use will and will not when will not. Okay, so this is other using with a similar meaning مع معنى متشابه to mustn't, can't, note that this is most common when we are certain لما نكون متأكدين من شيء ما because it what is expected ما هو متوقع أو مثالي أو normal أو شيء طبيعي. There is someone at the door that will be Kate. There's someone at the door that will be Kate. Alright? But yes, modal verbs for speculation التي تصير زمن ماضي past. Modal verbs with speculation with perfect infinitives are used mostly to talk about unreal past situation يعني الحالات الماضية غير حقيقية things which are the opposite of what happened الأشياء التي هي مناقضة أو عكس ما حدث or which we are not certain happened أو إحنا غير متأكدين على حدوثها. You should have told me earlier about you didn't كان المفروض تخبرني مسبقا ولكنك لم تفعل. She may have gone home وما قد ذهبت للبيت but we didn't know for certain لكن نحن غير متأكدين. Right? They are also used to talk about possible situation حالات ممكنة. When we are not sure what has happened عندما نحن غير متأكدين ما حدث I may have left my mobile here. Have you seen it? Where's Tony? He could have missed the train. They are not here. They might have gone away this weekend. Right? Can have is unusual except in the questions and negatives. Examples, what can have happened to them? They can't have forgotten the party this night. I suppose they may have missed their pass. Not they can have missed it. Alright, now let's come to the modal verbs, other meanings مع المعاني الأخرى للمodal verbs. Modal verbs, other meanings, as I told you before, that there are other meanings for modal verbs like ability, permission, application, habit, advice, would believe, wouldn't accept, mustn't ask. Ability, we use can and could to express ability. Could is used for the past. طبعا ما كل في بالنا لازم نعتقد انه كل في بالنا انه could تستخدم is used for past للماضي for the past but we don't normally use it to say someone did something on one occasion. Instead we use other expressions بدل من استعمال التعابير الأخرى. Let's take a look at these examples. I managed to eat a whole pizza yesterday. Not I could cut a whole pizza yesterday. How much money were you able to earn? Not how. However, we can use couldn't to say something didn't happen on one occasion. I looked everywhere, but I couldn't find my walls. We use can to talk about future actions which depend on present ability. Circumstances, agreement, decision. Example, in other cases, we use be able to. I can meet you tomorrow. Alright? Permission, we only use can and may to ask for and give permission. إذا هنا احنا نستخدم خلي في بالكم نستخدم can والmay فقط to ask for and give permission. الطلب هو إعطاء الرخصة والإذن. Examples, can, could I start late tomorrow? Could I start late tomorrow? Of course you can. Note, of course you could. Sorry, you can't have the car today. I need it. Application, must and have. طبعا العبارات اللي تطرح للاضطرار وهناك درجات من الاضطرار هي must and have تستخدم الاضطرار في التعبير to express necessity الضرورية and obligation والإجبار. Must is usually used to talk about the feelings مشاعر and wishes were a part of the speaker المتحدث والسامع to express the application from somewhere else. I must have a shave. I look scruffy. My wife says I have got to have a shave. Habit العادة. Will is used to express characteristics behavior. The past is expressed by would. إذا العادة will هنا استعمال هذا present ولكن في استعمال الباست will هو would. I would, for example, let's say something like this. This is also futile. This is also expressed using will, and this is negative form. I will not agree to your plans. I will not agree to your plans. Should is usually used for advice, نصيحة والاقتراح suggestions and opinions والآراء, and is less strong than must, وأقل من must في التعبير. أو to similar كان من المفضل أن معناته but less common وأكثر عن شائعة was followed by to. Examples: you should study at Manchester University. You ought to buy a smartphone. In question forms, so it is very informal. In conversation, other forms are used. Ought to go, ought I to go? Do you think I ought to go? Right? This is the exercise. You can read by yourself and solve all the answers. These the solve all the questions, and the answers are below. Right? Okay, so let's come to the third part, which is speaking and reading. Mystic and skeptic. بتتحدث عن الشخص الشكوك والشخص الذي متقيد في أمور محددة. Right? So what is required from you, ما هو مطلوب منكم هنا هو فقط قراءة الكلمات التي في هذا اللون. Right? فقط هذه المرادفات مهمة في الامتحان. That's all. But if you want to read the whole passage, تقرؤون القطعة كاملة, where you want to discuss with me, I'm ready to discuss, and all your questions are welcome. Okay, all of these are the same. Just read this words. هاي مرادفات مهمة في الامتحان. Okay, this is the end of unit 3 and unit 4. Thank you very much for your listening.